WolfGxngDon, never lacking. 2K bills to the fraction, breaking it down to the pound, puts news and views on tips to get you cracking. It don't stop till we on top, boy, brick by brick, we gotta build. Give a like and drop a sub, this WolfGxngDon, you know it's real. Never chill, sauce it up, we stacking, getting bills. Peep the traction, getting badges, 2K champ, this how it feels. This the dawn, yeah, running it up, no time to play. You know what's on, yeah, the greatest builds inside 2K.
What is good, YouTube? It's your boy Don back here with another build video, man. Today I got y'all with the Kyrie Irving Replica build, the Ankletaker. I'm almost sure they're going to put Uncle Drew in there sometime, bro. They have to. He is more known by that at this point than the Ankletaker. I've honestly never heard anybody call him that. If you have, let me know down in the comment section, man, because this is truly my first time seeing it. But all right, let's get right into this build. Now, when you're doing these replica builds, just make sure you get everything exact. So we got a point guard, handedness is right, jersey number is number 2. I'm pretty sure of all of these things, you have to make sure he's a point guard and his jersey's number 2. I'm not sure if the handedness goes, but for the body settings, these are exactly what you have to do. So we are going 6'3", 193 pounds with a 6'4" wingspan. I know that's not a very long wingspan for those of you that like defensive badges, but this build ain't got much defense anyway. I went with contact for the body shape, but you can do whatever you want to do. Now, all right, we getting into finishing on this build. First things first, we have to make sure this build is, you know, pretty decent at finishing at the rim. So with that being said, we're going with an 87 for the close shot, a pretty high close shot, especially for a point guard. But when you're driving to the rim, you're doing like those spin shots or those, you know, close to the basket type of move. Sometimes you use close shot instead of layup, so make sure you get that close shot up. Then we got the driving layup up to a 90. The standing dunk is going to be super low for this build, unfortunately. I mean, not the standing dunk, but the driving dunk is going to be super low for this build. Unfortunately, we're going with a 33, but the post control is decent for a guard, you know what I'm saying? We're going with a 56. Now, for the mid-range and the three-point shooting, you know, truthfully, this build seems pretty useful. Like, you could honestly make this build and be able to get some dubs with it. This build is actually playable, this one and the Russell Westbrook that I'm going to go over in a little bit. So yeah, we got the 90 for the mid-range shot and 86 for the three-point shot, which is a solid three-point rating. Then we got an 87 for the free throw. I feel like that's decent. I like to keep it around 70 per se, you know, like for me. But an 87, you'll really be able to knock down some of those whites on the free throw line. I wouldn't bank on hitting whites, but they do seem to go in at a pretty decent rate. And in all honesty, this build does come with quite a bit of shooting badges. We got 26 of them things. I mean, even my builds, I normally go for about 25. So for this one, I have 26 on a replica build. Seems pretty useful in my opinion. Now, all right, on to the playmaking. So the pass accuracy, we're going to take this all the way up to an 80, which is a decent passer rating for a point guard. You know what I'm saying? Just make sure you always go at least 75 on your guards. So with the ball handle, we're going with a 91. So me, I like the 92. I feel like those are some of the best dribble moves, but one of the new dribble moves, or at least one of the ones that I've been using a lot, that Damian Lillard, it unlocks at a 90 ball handle. So you will be able to get that. I think it's a behind the back or something like that. You know, just go ahead and check it out for these like small guards. So speed with ball, we're gonna put that up to an 80. Also, again, really decent for a build. Honestly, this build is not bad, but, and here's the big but, the defense on the build it's a little shaky to say the least. So no interior defense. We're gonna take perimeter up to a 73. Then we got the steal at a 60, the block at a 45, the offensive rebound at a 41, and the defensive rebound only goes to a 50, giving us a total of 7 defensive badges. In all honesty, if you're gonna make an offensively focused build like this, you probably don't care about defense anyway, to keep it a buck with you. I mean, even if you took all the other points out of, you know, like steal, block, rebound, and put it all in perimeter D, you wouldn't be able to get to tier 3 anyway. So for the speed on this build, and people are making guards like this is why I say the speed and everything else makes this build actually playable. We're going to take that up to an 85, acceleration 90. For the strength, we do have a 40, vertical 73, and stamina is a 92. Now with a finishing badge count of 15, 26 shooting badges, which is amazing on any build that can do more than just shoot. Then we got 23 playmaking badges, and 7 on defense. This build is lacking on the defensive end, so if you're like a defensive oriented type player, you probably wouldn't like this build, but I do think this build is very, very usable. If you do want a little bit more, I could probably see adding, you know, like a little drive and dunk to the build in order to add more finishing. And the only place I could see to take from for that is maybe dropping your ball handle a little bit, or just saying F defense all the way and just going like crazy. I'm talking about like super crazy with offense. I mean, guards do it. As long as you have some solid defenders on your team, you'll be good to go, man. I mean, I've seen it work. I've definitely seen pro-am teams set up that way. They have the point guard or whoever is the most offensive oriented on the team play the corner. I mean, it works. It's not something that I would do yet. I'm working on it though. I'm actually about to make that build here soon, but I'm working on it. So we're looking at the takeovers. We got shot creating, sharpshooting, playmaking. I will go with these two to be like Kyrie, ankle breaking shots and limitless range. I feel like those two are probably the best to go with. I don't really see a point in putting playmaking takeovers on. Now, all right, let's go ahead and finish up this build so I can show you the shades of and the ultimate comparison for the build. So we finished the build up. So we got the shades of Steve Nash, Trae Young, and Fred VanVleet. But like I said, this is a Kyrie Irving build. Comes out as, you know, shades of Kyrie Irving, a replica build, you know what I'm saying? The Ankletaker. Like I said in the beginning of the video, I do not see why they did not name this Uncle Drew. I mean, come on now. I mean, I do think they'll probably, I mean, more than likely release another replica build for him, just like they're going to do for some of the other players like LeBron and, you know, Kobe, how you could probably get like 2 different ones and stuff like that. I feel like they're gonna release that Uncle Drew build maybe a little bit later. And hopefully, I need them to release a T-Mac replica build. I don't know if they got one, but if they do, let me know down in the comment section, because I am definitely interested in making that and more than likely playing with that. But let's go ahead and get over to these badges, man, because what is a build without the badges? I'm gonna go ahead and put on the best badges that this build will allow. We can see if this build will actually work for you. If you watched the video so far, make sure you drop that like and comment Ankletaker in the comment section, man. Let's get into those badges. So with only 15, you know, finishing badges, we'll only be able to get Slithery on bronze, but we're gonna add some of these other badges so we can get, you know, at least a decent type of play style out of this player. Obviously, we have to go with Acrobat on gold. I'm gonna go ahead and core Slithery right here. I did put Pro Touch on Hall of Fame because I feel like that would be Hall of Fame for Kyrie, but in order to make the build a better finisher, I went ahead, took 1 point off so we could get Fearless Finisher on gold. I just feel like that little badge spread to be a little bit better than having, you know, Pro Touch on Hall of Fame. You know, next we got the shooting, and we do have a ton of shooting badges. So we're gonna start off with Green Machine on gold. You already know that's like one of the most important badges in the game. We're gonna put Agent 3s on silver. Blinders, we're gonna go ahead and core that. Limitless Range, we're gonna put that on silver as well. Space Creator, I'm gonna put that on gold. I feel like for a build like Kyrie, Space Creator is honestly a usable badge. If you can get some of those moving shots down, this build would honestly be crazy, and with Space Creator, that'll help you get them even easier with a little more space, and maybe get you some ankle breaks in there if you do like some of those step back or hop shots or something like that. And then we have Mini Magician on Hall of Fame. I just feel like that fits his playstyle. He goes crazy from the mid-range, but let's get into the playmaking. We also have a decent amount of playmaking. We're gonna go with Hall of Fame Quick First Step, Gold Hyperdrive. We're gonna core Clamp Breaker. That's one of the easier badges to core. And so this part, I kind of had like a little trouble trying to think about which badge I should put on, because you want to maximize the points. Even with a player like Kyrie, I understand he would probably have killer combos and mismatch expert, but I couldn't get both of those, so I made it work, man. So I put Handles for Days on silver, then I slid up and put Ankle Breaker on gold, and last but not least, I put Unpluckable on. I know he would probably have Unpluckable a little bit higher than silver, but that was all I could afford, man. So I took Quick First Step down to gold, and I put Unpluckable on silver. I know gold is probably where you would go, but if you do make this build, you could probably add a few badges in this area. This season, we have 6 extra badges, assuming you hit 39 last season, to put towards playmaking, shooting, finishing. I mean, you could probably put some in finishing to get Slithery a little bit higher, make the build a little bit better, and also make sure you put one in playmaking so you can get Unpluckable, man. And all right, this is probably the area that I had the most trouble with. defense. Only 7 badges, and none of them, you know, none of the badges that I could get in tier 2 would honestly help this build be any better at defense. So I just went ahead and threw on these, you know, badges right here. So I got Pick Dodger, Menace, and Ankle Braces all on bronze. And I'm gonna go ahead and core Pick Dodger so I can get, you know, one little badge, and I'll put that on off-ball pass. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Let me know what y'all think about this replica build. I actually think this one is probably one of the more playable builds. You know what I'm saying? Just because it has a lot of the things that people want in the build. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me, man. I'm gonna go ahead and slide on out of here. Make sure you do me a favor, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and check out some of my other videos, man. I'm gonna go ahead and make all these replica builds. Let me know what y'all think about them. But I'll catch y'all boys in the next one. It's your boy Don, and I'm up out of here. Peace.
Pile and paper got them talking nice to me. Down the bottle, it be going right through me. Brown baby down to take a flight to me. They think that I'm stunting, but it's slight to me. Pile and paper got them talking nice to me. Guess that's why the